Hey guys, Zen here, and today I wanted to go over 3 news updates for Rainbow Six Siege. Today is actually a special day if you're interested in Operation Burnt Horizon, and there's plenty of other stuff to discuss, and I'm ready, so let's work. First up, I wanted to talk about an update on the MMR in Ranked. So I get this question all the time, but MMR is that number shown with your rank. If you win, it goes up and you'll get more MMR, and if you lose, it'll go down and the number will decrease. Now, since the launch of Burnt Horizon, there's been a pretty big issue where you'd randomly lose thousands of MMR, and there's even been some cases of people losing MMR after winning a match or gaining it after losing. All of these issues stem from the new MMR rollback feature that was launched with the Australian season. So for those of you who aren't up to date, this is a security measure in the game that's supposed to help defend against cheating in Rainbow Six Siege. It runs in the background, and if a cheater is present in a match you play, they'll roll back the MMR if you win or lose because the match isn't considered fair, so it basically just doesn't count. But there's been a bug where it's been causing a lot of issue, and ranks in general were just totally off. Now, Ubisoft has fixed the issue, and they provide us with some more details and a few updates. They go on to say, "We have confirmed that we have a record of all MMR lost due to this issue, and we'll be able to restore MMR to those impacted." Now, to fix this, they actually had to turn the feature off, but now that everything has been restored, the MMR rollback feature is now back on, and your rank should be correctly tracked. So I know a lot of you were wondering if your rank even mattered this season because the system has been so bugged, and so if you haven't been playing ranked or avoiding it because of this issue, it has now been fixed. Moving on, Ubisoft actually released a brand new trailer showing off the origins of Operation Burnt Horizon and how it was made. Now, I love when they release these kinds of trailers because you basically get to see how everything is made, and at the very least, you get to meet some of the developers who come up with the ideas that end up in game. So we'll check out the highlights and follow up soon after.
What we wanted to achieve is to finally get an attacker that would be able to turn the level design against the defender. We always had in our mind this idea of she needs to conquer rooms. The basic tools that we use were actually usually the most functional for that, which is a bit of damage to feedback how dangerous the device can be. The bigger threat, I think, of this device is the fact that it slows you down, which is a terrible moment to take a gunfight, and it does sound, so it still gives a warning.
Her gadget deploys a mat of road spikes, and she actually developed that when she was working in the mobility platoon of the SASR. It used to be mounted on the truck, and then with some finagling she got it down to something that was portable that she was able to use. Well, if you want to stop traffic, Gridlock is the one who's going to be the person to do it. That's really it. She's the one who's going to get everything shut down so that we can talk about this like adults.
So we developed Mozzie and Gridlock at the same time. We knew from the get-go that they were going to be a duo.
So that was exciting because we've had operators from the same division before, but we haven't had two that worked so closely together, so well together, and who complement each other so well.
Mozzie is a speed demon. He's a dirt bike daredevil. He's crazy, but he's also calculated, and that's why he got picked to join the SASR.
So the pest was really funny to design. I wanted something that could fit really on him and that he could use on his motorcycle. We've seen the fantasy of on the road, he needs to deploy his gadget, how does it work? So I wanted something low-tech because of the dust, the sand, it has to work anytime, if there's rain, whatever, it has to work. So the slingshot was something really interesting.
Drone hacked, right on the mark.
So we wanted to be like a small animal, and especially connected with Australia. Definitely spiders, so even for if you look at the tracks, from Gridlock, the way it's designed, it's kind of a spider web. So the connection with animals and danger was definitely something we wanted.
No, I just seen a cool animation and gave us all the personality that this character needed, and all of a sudden I'm involved in the game even more. That's one of the amazing things of working in the gaming industry. We've surrounded so many talented people with so many different skills. And to me, it's so enjoyable to just be reminded of how what they're doing is awesome, actually, on a daily basis.
Now, a big takeaway that I had after seeing that trailer was the connection the new gadgets have to animals. Mozzie, for those of you guys who don't know, is actually an Australian term for mosquito, which ties perfectly into what his pest does to a drone. Then with Gridlock, again, you see that spiderweb-like tracks gadget, and you get this sense of a more natural and organic approach to these gadgets. Neither of them are really complex. Mozzie's gadget is essentially a souped-up slingshot, and Gridlock's derives from tire spikes. So you can tell the devs took a lot of time to introduce introduce operators that blend well with where they're from. Our last piece of news is a game update. Today marks the day that non-season pass holders can gain access to both Gridlock and Mozzie. Now that it's been a week with these two, I thought I'd give you guys some more context, so let's talk about them. First up, I think Mozzie has a high skill gap. So to be really effective with him, you need to be talking with your team, telling them not to shoot the drones, and if you have a drone, you need to make sure you're droning out the attackers and communicating with your team their general direction. Echo is really the only other operator with this kind of intel, so if you're stuck on how to use Mozzie, especially when it comes to droning, think Echo with Yokai. Maybe that'll improve your skill with him. As far as Gridlock, I honestly feel like she's underrated and very powerful, but her Trax gadget is too easily destroyed in my opinion. All it takes is one bullet per web and they're destroyed. I have heard some ideas like making each Trax a little more resilient, and I do think that's an option, but I really feel like the gadget needs to deploy just a little bit faster because right now it takes a little too long in my opinion, especially with how easily they can be countered. But honestly, that is me reaching a little bit because she really is a great operator, and one thing that I do really enjoy about her is the fact that she's a 3 armor. We haven't seen one of those on attack since the launch of the game, and I do feel like there's definitely a place for one in the meta, and I think Gridlock matches that perfectly. Now, as a bonus, I wanted to talk about this week's challenges because we have 3 special ones. So we've got both Thermite and Blackbeard's birthday challenge. Destroy 10 defender gadgets while attacking to unlock the Blackbeard's gift weapon skin for the MK17 CQB and also for Thermite's 556. There's also the St. Patrick's challenge. Win 5 rounds in multiplayer to gain access to the 4th Shamrock Universal Charm. So not only does everyone have some new operators to grind for, there's also some challenges that are pretty easy to complete, so there's some easy rewards there. But that's everything, guys. Now that Operation Burnt Horizon is live for everyone, I thought we'd go over it. Of course, I want to hear from you. Have you tried Gridlock and Mozzie? What are your thoughts of them so far? And what's your rank after your placement matches if you've completed them? Let us know everything in a comment down below. If you do enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. With that being said, it's been Zen. Hey, I'm out. Lion dead. Ash is still out there.
Op 4, last stop standing.
Nope.
Keep an eye out for Op 4 attempting to defuse your bombs.
Reload.
Gotcha.
Op 4, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated. Mission
Trying to get
successful.
crazy on me. Alright, Jackal, I'll go with you.
Must recover the diffuser. The diffuser has been secured. 1 friendly operator remaining. Op 4, last operator standing.
There we go.
Shit.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
One yokai down.
First floor. Activated.
There's 2 on red mark. Lesion and Echo.
Hostile found. 3rd floor. Hostile detected. 1st floor. Target
Go on,
detected.
bigger up.
1st floor.
diffuser is no longer in your possession.
Couldn't get both traps. There's still one. Pulse is in. You got him. Echo's still in that room, Glaz. There's still one trap on that window.
Oh man.
The last stop standing.
Ooh.
Op 4 eliminated.